Okay, time for match 3. This is a good opening hand. Clear keep. Lost the die roll the third time. Let's see what we are up this time. Up against this time. This is likely black-white control, but could also be like Esper Dragons, for example. But not sure if they even run Shambling Vent anymore these days. It's most likely black-white. So yeah, let's play Duskwatch to apply some pressure. I mean, it likely dies to removal, but if it doesn't, we can get in some pressure. Like in this case, for example. Seems to have a pretty slow hand. So yeah. This I think is better than playing a Husk, because it gives us the most board presence, and if he happens to languish, we at least get to scry twice and try to find land. And yeah, Cryptolith right into Cutthroat is like a very weak line, and Rights is not even very good against black-white. I'm gonna board it out anyway, because it's pretty bad against decks with sweepers, for obvious reasons. Don't wanna like build up a board against their sweepers, so you have a lot of mana with Cryptolith Rights just for them to kill everything. Language, yep. Don't want a third Husk. We don't want this either. That is a sweet draw. There's no point in attacking because you'll just block with Shambling Vent again to life. I guess we let that die and scry for one. I think it's too weak of a draw, given our board and everything in a matchup like this. The card's not even that good in that matchup. Rather draw like a Company or more Catacomb Sifter, for example, or like Duskwatch Recruiter or Elvish Visionary. Okay, he's Abzan. Interesting. maybe we can get to the point where we can Ormandal. Start to get the feeling that maybe the format just like got too powerful since the Proto for green-black to really compete, and the reason that it faded might ultimately have been the increase in power level of like people like fine-tuning the decks and like finding like the most powerful decks in the format, more so than Kalitas being in a lot of decks. We'll see. So yeah, I guess doesn't really matter, but sacrifice and response. Scry that land to the bottom. Nose is itching. At least we can start making tokens with Abby to slowly build up some incremental advantage. We're actually like close to lethal with Armandal. Not sure if he has instant answers to Armandal. So yeah, if we draw like a cheap creature, we might actually be able to kill him if he can't deal with Armandal. Feel free, you can have the Cryptolith, right? So yeah, we can deal 14 now with the Cutthroat sacrificing everything. So yeah, all we need is like one extra damage. Maybe he is smart enough to attack with the Shambling Vent. Then we have to rethink our option and like jump with the Cyan and draw like a cheap creature off the top. Yep, that's kind of what I expected. But yeah, I think that's what we will go for because it's our best bet. You have like a 1 turn window. And the scry from the Sifter will actually help us find it. Come on, give us a creature. One that costs 3 or less, so basically any creature. Except Collected Company. That's actually enough. Oddly enough, this is enough. Phew, even Quagmire was enough. So sweet. Oops. That was the wrong mana ability. Train for 5, attack for 9. Win the game. Sweet, sweet. And he's even tapped out, so even if he would have an answer, he couldn't cast it. But I mean, he basically doesn't have one, otherwise he would have left mana open. That was a sweet line to turn this game around. So yeah, we basically just bring in everything, cut all the small stuff, it's bad against his languish, and the cutthroat, and transform into like some mid-rangey value deck. I've played a couple of leagues before this, and Reality Smasher has been really sweet against these controlling decks and helped a lot with the matchup, because they usually have a pretty hard time dealing with it, especially if you already have like a lot of other threats they have to kill and Transgress to potentially take away an answer for Reality Smasher. And it survives languish, so you can kind of overextend into it with it. That's very helpful. That's a pretty sweet hand. So we're going to keep it. A bit landlight, but we are on the draw and have Visionary, so not really a concern. Quagmire. Pretty good draw here. Best land we could draw. Another one. Well, we can go 2, 3, 3, 5. So that's no big deal. And now we have the 5th mana to actually do the 5. That's looking pretty good. Ooh, another one. So yeah, I guess that's the play here. I mean, it's kind of close. Could be an argument to be made to play the Husk. But yeah, I think this is better. Again, if he languishes, you get to scry too, but he won't, because he has the tracker, and this one blocks the tracker as well as the Husk does. So yeah, tracker. Into actually an untapped land. If we for some reason have to like lose this Cyan, we can use it to sacrifice our clue. I mean, and the other option would have been to just sacrifice the Cyan and play the first Smasher. But he already has like he still has like a lot of hand cards and mana open, so chances would have been decent that he just kills it with like an Anguish Unmaking or something. Or like grasp and block. So I think it makes sense to try and like bait his answers first and then Reality Smasher. Because then he needs to find like another answer and send back a hand card to kill it. Okay. Tracker's starting to like grow into a problem. So let's try and make him trade before it grows out of hand. No, I think I'll just attack with the Smasher. it doesn't do enough to like make him the Catacomb Sifter and deal 2 more damage. And we lose our Scry. Sure, it like denies him the potential trade here, but it's actually fine if he trades here. And he does. I mean, attacking with everything kind of protects the Smasher a bit by offering him value on the Sifter, but I think it's not worth it. Especially since we want to get rid of the tracker before it grows to 7-6 and stalls the Reality Smasher. That's not bad. Let's see how much he likes the second Smasher. Plan Outburst, good to know. Oh, well, he can't cast it, but he might need it down the road. Get some value. That was actually kind of bad, because if he like transgresses or duresses now, he gets our company for no reason. That was a bit impatient of me to stack the clue there to just F6 through both turns. That's a bad habit that I have developed while playing Magic Online when not recording, to just like play more time efficient. That's not bad. So 7 mana. Yeah, that seems like a solid course of actions. Can Quagmire his Quagmire. Might actually been bad of him to target his Quagmire, I think, because of our Quagmires. I actually think it's better to company here and try and flip the Liliana. That was a pretty sweet company actually. But yeah, I think I'll just eat here. Because blocking just to maybe make him cast removal on Liliana in response doesn't sound too great. And it's not like 6 damage to our face matters much in this matchup. We had a beatdown for sure. Okay, so see what we find in our recruiter. Nothing. That's not a whole lot, but that's fine. So do I wanna like activate again? I think I do. Just free value and he's like low on cards. We get to flip Liliana, which is good stuff. Makes it even harder for him to deal with everything we have. Certainly want that on top. Could make him discard his last card, I think. It's actually kind of a good idea. We can just discard Husk, I think. I think I like Visionary better than Husk. Anguish and Making. Yes. Paid off. Sorry about that. That was quite a sneeze. Quagmire. Can even get back a Smasher now next turn. And just smash the opponent to death. Jeez, that doesn't even stop. But yeah, he can't even stop the Smashers from killing him. And that's game. That was kind of ironic. We 2-0'd the deck that we are supposedly kind of weak against, like control decks with Languish and probably Kalitas, even though we didn't see a Kalitas, but sure he has them. And like a lot of disruption. And lost to like two of the decks that we are supposedly like strongest against. Although, as we saw, that was partially due to like bad draws and or like incredibly good draws on our opponent's part. And it's not like you stomp human aggro, you usually just like are favored, but they can just overrun you with their great draws. Okay, see you guys in the next